Hey guys, welcome back to Lego Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm done with this game tormenting me. I know I said I was done with this, but I'm going to beat the anniversary twist in this episode, in this video. Yeah, so let's do it. It is extremely difficult. Okay, keep keeping energy resetting. Oh, fuck. Foxy, God, okay, Jesus. It's extremely difficult to juggle these things around, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Honestly, the main issue, sometimes I can't hear Chica. Okay. Oh, see, I can't flash. I should have just been flashing instead of waiting for the door to open. That's probably my problem. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. The fuck just happened? Did I just run out of power at full? What? I'm sorry. How did I? I had full power. What just happened? Did I? You serious? Dude, literally, Freddy has never posed a problem for me. It's literally the other three doing some stupid... Hey, Balin from the past, future, or whatever you want to call it. I go completely silent here, just like I did in the 420 mode. Because I'm concentrating so hard with... Because this game mode specifically, the anniversary twist, I find it to be harder than the regular 420 mode from the original game. For multiple reasons. First of all, in the first game, all the mechanics work pretty well together, and if you know what you're doing, you're guaranteed to get it eventually. But for this one, the mechanics don't all work completely perfectly together, and some of them can screw you over. But actually, what I like about this challenge mode is that it requires you to go on more than just one camera, like in most challenge modes. In FNAF 1 and 2, you only go on one camera to beat the game. In FNAF 1, I use two cameras in my strategy because I'd have to check on Foxy sometimes just to make sure he's not about to run, but for the most part, you only use one camera. But for this one, you have to use three. The first camera you need to use is the left hall camera, which is the camera that you need to check every so often to make sure Bonnie is not charging down. If you don't check if Bonnie isn't coming, then he's just going to lock your door and kill you. So you need to make sure he's not charging at you almost constantly. Like, you always need to flick up and down just to make sure he's not charging. The other camera is Freddy's camera, the stage camera, which is pretty much you just go wind the music box. It's way slower than the regular music box, so it doesn't actually pose a problem to me whatsoever. Literally, Freddy has never killed me once because I wasn't able to wind up his music box. So he's not really a problem. What I found the easiest thing to do was to, whenever I finished flashing Foxy, that's when I would go wind up the music box. Now, one of the hardest animatronics to deal with is Chica. You have to reset her whenever you stop hearing her doing pots and pans, which is the same mechanic she has in Ultimate Custom Night. And I don't know how it plays in Ultimate Custom Night, but in this one, there are moments in the audio where she's hitting pots and pans that are almost completely silent. Like, it is extremely hard to hear it. So sometimes you have to really, and if you reset it when she's not like needing to be reset, she'll just jump scare you. So it's extremely difficult to deal with her because sometimes you just really can't hear her, and there's a lot of other sounds going on. So sometimes you have to take a second to listen. What I found to be useful, because whenever you hear that Chica has stopped hitting pots and pans, you need to click her immediately. And if you flick the camera and then see Bonnie running, that stops you. You have to close the door and then stop her. So what I found is whenever I go to check her specifically, I will close the door first. And that allows, so if Bonnie were to run down, it doesn't matter. I can completely ignore him because he's going to get hit by the door anyway and stop Chica. Foxy is just like Withered Foxy from FNAF 2. He will just sit out there. You gotta flash him over and over again for him to go away. But in this, he's extremely annoying because he has a couple bugs. First of all, sometimes you'll flash him and he'll just jump scare you straight up. I don't know if it's because you still took too long to flash him, and even though you're flashing him right now, you still took too long and he kills you, or what? It might just be a bug, which is what I think it is. But sometimes he just jump scares you. But also he comes a lot. Like, he's at your door most of the time, I would say. I think in this run I got pretty lucky and he didn't come to the door as much, but he's there a lot. Another thing about this game mode is there is a lot of luck-based stuff. If Chica decides to stop hitting pots and pans during a moment where the audio is already really quiet, sometimes you'll just completely miss it. Sometimes it's very obvious. It's like it cuts and you're like, oh, she stopped. I gotta go get her. But sometimes it's extremely difficult. Another thing is sometimes when you flip open the camera to do something, it'll go all fuzzy, and then you'll all of a sudden hear Bonnie's charge, even though you didn't see him or you're not on this camera. You have a split second to react while you're also trying to focus on something else. So that has gotten me before. I've died to Bonnie charging when I really needed to do something else, and which kind of sucked. And if Bonnie manages to get to your door, like if you don't check the camera to see him charge and he gets to your door, he'll just lock it and Foxy will kill you. He's pretty much like a balloon boy in this game. But yeah. I out of all the animatronics, if I had to rank them from hardest to easiest, or easiest to hardest, Freddy 110% is the easiest animatronic to deal with here. I would have to say Bonnie is next, although the leap from Freddy's difficulty to Bonnie's difficulty is drastic. Freddy is just extremely easy. Bonnie's like pretty hard. Then I would say Foxy is... I don't know, actually. I wouldn't say Foxy is extremely hard. It's the fact that he exists to screw you up with the other things that make him hard. Like, he's not actually, like, a huge threat himself. You just flash him over and over again. But he makes it harder to do other things, and he's, like, always there. So that's the only reason why I would rank him harder than Bonnie. Because I would say Bonnie is harder because you need good reaction time to deal with Bonnie. Chica 100% is the hardest one, though, because of the whole sound thing. Funnily enough, her difficulty is set the highest. She is on 20 mode, while I believe Foxy's on 14, Freddy's on 1, and Bonnie is... I don't know. I think Bonnie's like 6 or something. I could be wrong. I could double check very easily, but I'm just not going to. You can just probably scroll in the video to see their difficulties. So yeah, I'll let Video Balin take the rest here, and yeah, this is my victory. You'll see me win here. Thanks for listening. Oh, yes. Oh my god. We did it. That's a lot of studs. Holy shit. Oh my god. I was silent that entire time. Oh, that's interesting. You can unlock and play with them. Oh. Okay, this has a lot more depth than I thought. So Too Quiet Classic Plus are the other two that will unlock these for us. That's interesting. Okay, well. Oh, that was Anniversary Twist. I'm gonna be completely honest. That was harder than 420 mode, in my opinion. I will say I exaggerated a bit. The mechanics do work well together. And it's a really good challenge mode, actually. It's just, it was hard adapting to it at first. I didn't understand some things. I will say there's a couple things. There were moments where it was unfair. Like sometimes Chica's pots and pans, like I could not hear them whatsoever. So I go to click it and they were still playing. The audio was just way too quiet for me to hear, and I died. Secondly, sometimes the cameras would go static when I go to check them, and then Bonnie would charge while they're static. So while I also needed to do stuff, Bonnie locked my door. But it was extremely challenging, and I beat it, so that feels good. You guys think I can buy anything in the shop now? We have a lot of studs. 11,000. Oh, we can actually get some stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna get the timer. I think that's all I can get. I feel like the timer is just extremely helpful, so we're gonna get the timer. For future, it's gonna tell us how long things last. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, smash like, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.